Once a person can manage his own mind to some degree, he will achieve wonderful peace. For ordinary people like us, like you, it may be yet impossible to have complete control, complete mastery over the mind. But we should not disappointed. We should not be disappointed. We should try to observe the mind, to manage mental states without getting involved. I use the word without getting involved because almost everyone get involved in their emotion by claiming, by thinking ownership, me and my anger, my boredom, my disappointment, etc. If a meditator can observe various mental states without identifying, then he will be able to practice mind-based mindfulness meditation successfully and very well. It is very interesting to learn how not to be involved. Instead, just an onlooker, like the way you drive the car on the freeway. On the freeway you drive your car, sometimes you saw the accidents. When someone got an accident, you don't need to stop. You don't need to stop and inquire about the situation. You need to continue driving instead of stopping and going to accident site. Like this example, when certain things are going on in the mind, in the body, a meditator's noting mind is like an observer, observing but not getting involved into it. This way, detachment can arise. A very important, necessary condition of detachment can develop. With a detached mental condition and impersonal mindfulness, one should observe mental states, various mental states, such as anger, expectation, feeling disappointed over something. This way, the mind will be easily manageable. When a person can manage his mind, the benefits are endless. One can deal with anger in angry situation. One can deal with the desire in certain situation. One can deal with the sadness in sad situation. One can mindfully observe the frustrating mind or boring mind or excited mind. There are many kind of emotion based on the condition, based on environment. If a person can observe all various mental states, he can maintain personal calm and integrity. And in addition, his mind will not be shaken and fluttered. In Buddhist text, it's clearly mentioned about Arahanta saints and Buddhas. Because they have attained enlightenment, they have achieved complete mastery over the mind. They can remain calm and unaffected. Their mind is not affected. When they have to live through bad situation, good situation as well. It is compared to a big rocky mountain. The mind of Buddha, the mind of enlightened saints, is like a big rocky mountain. A big rocky mountain is unshakable by very strong wind, tornadoes. It cannot be shaken even by very powerful tornadoes. Because the mind remains calm, regardless of the good situation, bad situation, or the worst situation. We may not be able to achieve that higher state, but we can still maintain peace and stability if we have mindfulness skill strongly developed. That's how mind-based mindfulness meditation can bring positive change and positive benefits. I always encourage meditators to practice meditation, not only observing primary object, but also mental states, mind-based mindfulness meditation. It's very helpful, very beneficial if one's mindfulness key is strong in managing and observing the mind. One can maintain complete, let's say, some degree of control over the mind. In the case of the Buddha, they can maintain complete control. That's why in Buddha's one of the attributes is called the Aishwarya. Aishwarya means having complete authority on one's own mind. The whole world have no control over their mind. We have to understand that. That's why we got angry, we got upset, we got bored, and we got frustrated. When we got this kind of mental state, we react, we behave based on our emotions. This way we ordinary people are living unstable life. Mindfulness meditation is very helpful in making the mind strong against all bad and good experience. It can immunize, let's say, it can immunize the power, the mind against unnecessary impact, unavoidable impact of the suffering. Like the spiritual vaccination. I know I want to use the term vaccination of the consciousness by means of mindfulness practice. If a person regularly practices meditation, the mind can withstand, can bear the pain and suffering. Even though a meditator may feel suffering in the beginning to some degree, he can deal with the suffering. Buddha himself frequently mentioned about how Arahanta saint can live life peacefully. It's like the ship going on the rough sea. It is the nature of the ocean to have waves, to have storms, sometimes dangerously high waves and very dangerous storms. A ship has to pass through high and dangerous waves and very dangerous storm. The captain of the ship need to be skillful in navigating the ship without being sunken, without being subjected to suffering. Even though the ship may have to go through storms and dangerous waves, a skillful captain can navigate, can take the ship to safety without sinking. In the same way, Arahanta saint can move through every conditions of life, any conditions of life, regardless of being bad or good, without getting suffering, without getting any kind of mental suffering. This example set by Buddha is very clear that Buddha lived among human beings. He was born and raised up in the world like other human beings. But he is not submerged. He is never submerged under the waves of the ups and downs of life. Life is full of ups and downs, good and bad, twists and turns. When Arahanta saint has to live through all those situations, his mind always remains strong, peaceful, and unaffected, like the way other people used to be suffer. Sometimes Buddha compared himself to a lotus tree, lotus plant. Lotus plant grows in the pond, in the water. But the lotus flowers and lotus leaves always remain on the surface above the water without sinking into the water. This example of lotus flower and lotus plant is also very simple and clear regarding the nature of the enlightened saint. They live like other people, but they never sink and they never remain submerged under the water. This means that their mind is always unaffected by ups and downs, goods and bads of life. Once you understand that, you will appreciate this mindfulness meditation, the benefits it can bring. You will be inspired and you will be glad. And you need to encourage yourself when your mind is going down, when your mind is slacking, you encourage, I have to try to attain and develop mindfulness key, like the Buddha is saying, slowly and will achieve, like the Buddha have achieved the highest goal of enlightenment. Because attaining enlightenment is not overnight. Even you cannot get instant result. Meditation is long-term training, long-term purification process. You have to understand this. Once you understand that, you will not be disappointed. You will keep on practicing every day, slowly, steadily, leading to develop strong mindfulness key. To develop mindfulness key, a meditator need to maintain continuous noting, continuous mindfulness, uninterrupted with the wandering thought or distraction. Maintaining uninterrupted mindfulness and continuous noting is very important. If a meditator can maintain continuous noting, or if a meditator can note continuously, the mind will remain inside the body without going out. The more longer the mind remains inside the body through constant noting, it will become more concentrated, more strong. A truly experienced meditator can even know before the thoughts arise. Why? Because his concentration is strong. So he starts noting the moment a thought is about to come. He can note it quickly. And this way, the mind is more concentrated. A concentrated mind is very powerful. When a meditator develops longer duration of concentration, every object, mental phenomena or physical phenomena, are easily noted. He can easily note any phenomena. The mind becomes more refined, more subtle. The object also becomes very fast. The moment an object arises, meditator's noting is very quick. So, with a very calm and peaceful mind, the body also becomes peaceful and calm. But in order to reach such a state, a meditator need to overcome the pain, sensation, and also wandering thought with a strong, continuous observation. He can achieve wonderful state. There will be less and less wandering thought. There will be less and less pain. Even though meditator may be taking rest at the break time, he should engage in noting. For example, when he finish sitting session, he should not get up without meditation. He should note the intention to get up, and slowly getting up. Note getting up, slowly getting up. And then once he stand up, make a note, standing, then he start making steps. Be mindful of the steps. Make notes every step. Either up, down, or left and right. Do this meditative observation and do slowly, walk mindfully, to restaurant, to your place. Once you are in your place, you do whatever you need to do. Going to toilet, drinking water, relaxing, do everything mindfully. Maybe you may lie down on the bed, do everything and be mindful. Maintain mindfulness. While you are lying on the bed, just observe the rising and falling, or observe the lying and touching. Know the lying body, and know the touching body with the bed sheet or pillow. You need to maintain mindfulness at all times. If you are able to observe all the time, your mind becomes very calm and peaceful. You will see by yourself. If you want to enjoy wonderful benefit of the meditation, you have to engage in mindfulness noting as long as possible, as much as possible, without interruption. This uninterrupted mindfulness is very much essential and very much necessary for quick progress of meditation. I hope you try to note daily small activities you do when you go back to your place. Very important to note all small things. If you can note or even the small things you do in your room, in bathroom, in the kitchen, or in doing a necessary thing mindfully, the mind will remain fully occupied. When the mind is fully occupied, without pressure, it remains more calm and peaceful. The mind will slowly achieve purity, some degree of purity. When the mind achieves certain degree of purity, it is very interesting. It shows its nature. How the mind shows its nature. In way a meditator make real progress, and walking meditation, and sitting meditation, he will see his own mind. Unbelievable. How he sees one's own mind is impossible, because the mind has no physical form. But you can see, not in the form of any physical stuff, but in the form of light, in the form of very shine, bright light. You start seeing the sparks going out of the body, and you will see when you are sitting, bright light. Sometimes it depends on meditator, and not always the same for all meditators. Seeing the bright light, bright sparks coming out of the eye, or the point where you observe. For example, if you are having a small sensation of itching, you focus your mind, your mindfulness there, immediately the light goes there, bright light. Then the itching sensation disappears quickly. And when some sort of the discomfort arises in the back or in the neck, you direct your attention to that place, that point of the pain, and the pain immediately disappears. Why this happens? Because of the strong mental energy. The mind becomes very concentrated. It penetrates into the pain, and the pain will instantly disappear. This is how powerful mind can show many wonderful characteristics. One of the development in progressive stage is seeing the bright light. The bright light is not generated by anything. The mind itself is seen as bright light. When a meditator achieves that state, he no longer has much pain, very reduced amount of pain. He only has some very rare, very weak pain, no more strong pain. And also the wandering thoughts become less and less. His meditation is very strong, concentration is also established. When this happens, meditator is happy. Meditator start feeling joy and inspired by such kind of condition. You may not achieve that state yet, but you can achieve. But in order to achieve there, you have to maintain continuous mindfulness at all times, as much as possible. If you drop your mindfulness meditation for let's say for a few minutes or hours, it's no good. So there should be no interruption. If you want to enjoy wonderful taste of the Dhamma, you try, as I advise, maintain continual mindfulness. Even when you go back to your place, go with the mindfulness, sleep with mindfulness, eat with mindfulness, do everything with mindfulness. If you are able to do everything with mindfulness, your mind will remain calm and peaceful. Concentration slowly builds up. It becomes stronger and stronger. And you will see, even the body becomes no longer heavy. The body becomes very light. The mind also becomes very light. It's very interesting. How such heavy body can become a light, very light. And the mind also light, without agitation, without negative hangover. Normally we used to have negative hangover. For example, if you spend a lot of time watching your smartphone screen, YouTube or Facebook posts, you have a neck pain, stiffness, eye strain, and your mind is not clear. You have a lot of the thoughts. If you can maintain continuous mindfulness, a very wonderful feeling. Even the way you sleep is very peaceful. The way you wake up will be fully refreshed. While I'm here, I'm also doing retreat with you. Not only teaching you, I also do retreat with you. When I go back to my place, I always do my walk mindfully. When I'm inside my room, I also rest with mindfulness. Mostly I sleep well most of the night, and I wake up about mostly 3:30, and I wash up my face, and I do everything mindfully, and I maybe in the morning I say or I do chanting on my own, etc. Now I feel fresh due to meditation. You can also have wonderful benefits, even though you may not be able to maintain continual mindfulness, but try it, and you will get the taste of the Dhamma. May you be able to progress in your practice. May you be able to maintain continuous noting, continuous mindfulness. May you enjoy the taste, wonderful taste of the Dhamma.
And then what time we coming back? 8 o'clock, yeah.